Hello Scorpio, this is your May forecast. The month starts out very powerfully for you with a full moon in your sign on the 3rd of May. So this full moon is happening here in your first house. So whenever we've got a full moon, we've got the moon opposite to the sun. And so what's happening for you here with this full moon is it's shining a light on yourself, on you, on your needs, on the way you see yourself. And it's opposite your relationships. So maybe there's been some pulls from relationships, some demands. The sun is shining a light on your relationships, and the moon is wanting you to look at your emotions, your feelings. How are you feeling about your relationship or relationships? How do you feel about everything that's going on? Are there some important changes you need to make? Because the moon always inevitably brings changes. So it's the balance between the enjoyment and the pleasure that you're getting from a relationship in your life, and also your needs being met, and maybe some quiet time also needed. Especially this month, because Mercury, planet that rules communication and your thinking patterns, is going retrograde from the 18th of the month. But a little bit more about that later. On the 6th of the month, we've got a very powerful trine happening between the Sun and Pluto. So this could be a resolution of something that's been going on in a relationship, something resolving. And it's also the potential for you taking your power back in a situation. Maybe you felt impotent and something comes, there's some kind of something good coming from a relationship where you feel really good about yourself. On the 8th of May, we've got Venus coming into Cancer, into your 9th house. If ever there was a time to plan travel, to connect with people from overseas, to go on a trip, this would be a lovely time with Venus in that 9th house. It's also a great time to study, learn, or teach something that you really enjoy, that you love. With Venus there in the 9th house, this is a great time to develop anything spiritual, anything in the metaphysical area that interests you. Lovely time to do a course, to study something, sign up for an astrology seminar or something like that, or Reiki, or anything that interests you in that area, or to teach it. On the 13th of May, we've got Mars going out of your 7th house. So for the first couple of weeks, just be a little aware of possibilities of conflict in relationships. Yeah, there may be disagreement, maybe somebody says that just really energizes you, you feel offended or something. Just be aware of that and maybe don't rise to the occasion. Remember to breathe and remember that not everything is meant personally. After that, Mars going into this 8th house for you. So this is a really good time to put energy into anything connected with finances and money. Anything where you need to look at something more deeply. Maybe something's been hidden connected with money and finance. Maybe there's a tax situation. Maybe there's some insurance. Maybe it's something as simple as looking at your utility bills and seeing that maybe you're being overcharged. You could get a better deal somewhere else. Especially because Mercury is going to be in this 8th house for you, Scorpio, until July 8th. From the 1st of this month all the way to July, it's nearly 2 and a bit months. So that's unusual because Mercury just stays in a sign usually for about three and a bit weeks. So Mercury there, because of the retrograde, means that it's there for so much longer. In the 8th house, it's time for you to reflect on the deeper things in life. Now, money will come into it for sure, in one way or another. So do look at all your financial arrangements during the retrograde, because Mercury goes retrograde on the 18th of this month until the 11th of June. So this is a really good time to reflect on any kind of agreements you've got, loan agreements, partnership agreements, insurance agreements, mortgage, any kinds of agreements. It's reflection, reassessment, and maybe applying for something different once Mercury goes direct after the 11th of June. So during the 15th and the 15th, yes, the 14th to the 15th of May, Saturn is opposite to Mars. So when Saturn is opposite Mars, this means that if you're doing a lot of different things, and it's very possible you will be doing, because Mars and Mercury for the last couple of weeks of the month are going to be close to one another. So you may feel overwhelmed at times with the amount of things you've got to get done. And especially on the 14th and 15th, Saturn is saying to you now, whoa, wait a minute. Focus your energy on one thing at a time. Take baby steps and complete something. That's how to use the energy of this Saturn. Otherwise, you're going to feel frustrated because Mars wants to move, Saturn wants to stop. So as long as you've got good structure in place, you do things bit by bit, that 14th and 15th won't affect you negatively this month. On the 17th of the month, we've got a lovely new moon happening for you in Taurus. So we've got this, the third of the month, we've got you looking at you, and you might be emotional during that time and seeing all the things that maybe you're not so happy with. But on the 17th of the month, we've got this new moon for you, new beginnings, possibly a new relationship. If you're in an existing relationship, something new can happen, new seeds, a breath of fresh air coming in. And it's a good time for new resolutions as to what it is you want in your relationships as well, that this new moon is triggering for you. On the 22nd, we've got the Sun also coming into this 8th house. So shining a light maybe on a secret to come out, something that you've been suppressing, avoiding. It's also shining a light on intimacy. Do you have issues with intimacy? Can you get closer? How can you allow people to get closer to you? That too is happening with this Sun for the last week of the month, coming into this 8th house. But you will certainly be reassessing finances this month, maybe restructuring finances in some way, and also looking at yourself and your relationships, with the possibility of a new relationship, a new and exciting relationship coming into your life. So there you have it, my dear Scorpios. I wish you a great month. Thank you for listening. Bye for now.